Welcome to Learning Bites. We're starting a new series looking at the 7 threats to team culture. And the very first one I want to cover off is probably the most fundamental of all of them, and that is around trust. When there is a lack of trust, it is the quickest thing to destroy your team culture. You can see the lack of trust in so many different ways. People tend to slow down with what they're doing because they're worried about getting told off. People procrastinate on projects because they're not sure whether they're going to get approved of. People will be talking behind other people's backs. People are unsure of what they should be doing, and they're so nervous around getting told off. Some recommendations for you if you think that this might be happening in your organization. The very first thing as the leader or the manager is to realize that it's your job to build trust. So you must start with yourself. Start to ask yourself some probing questions. Are people coming to ask you for your advice? Are people admitting mistakes? Do people find it easy to talk to you, to come and get some guidance from you? One of the other things is to go and check in with your team. Find out how much trust they have between them, other departments, and people inside their department. It can be great to get people to rate on a score of 0 to 10, with 10 being high, and see where the trust score in your organization is. Another key thing I recommend you do is teach your team how to give feedback so that they can be honest with each other. Because sometimes people destroy trust by being incapable of giving feedback when it's needed. And whenever there's a lack of trust, people begin to assume the worst about the relationships they have. Some questions for you. How often in your team do people admit mistakes? How quick are people to put up their hand and ask for help? How often do people come to you to complain about somebody else in comparison to come to you with ideas around how things can be sorted? Do people tend to attack problems or people in your teams? Do your teams speak well of each other, or is there a bit of antagonism, a bit of them and us culture? Some actions that you can take. First and foremost, start with yourself. Leadership is about building trust. You need to go first. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be able to ask for help, ask for guidance. You need to be able to give honest feedback when you know it's needed. As a leader, reiterate the values and the mission and the vision, because those build barriers and boundaries for people to operate within so that they can be safe inside of what they know is a common theme for you, your team, your business. Do a survey of your team. Find out from them what they feel the trust level is and what could be done to improve it, and then be open to getting their feedback in that space. Make it safe for them, what we talk about psychological safety. I trust this helps. Here's to your success.